What's up, everybody? I'm Mary.
And I'm Chester.
And this is Working in Love. We're here to answer the toughest and roughest relationship questions to help equip you towards that happy, lifelong marriage.
So, if you're tired of wasting time, make sure you drop us a like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Let's get into it. Today's big topic is what advice can we give 20-year-olds that would help them get married in the future? You know, the problem is a lot of people in today's society are complaining they can't find a good relationship. They can't find a good partner. They're not getting married. They're complaining the dating scene is crazy. But you know what the problem is? The problem is all those people that are complaining when they were in their 20s, they weren't complaining because in their 20s, they were too busy having too much fun.
Yeah, they were too busy not complaining.
They were too busy not complaining. I feel like, back in the college days, because I was an RA in college and at the University of Hartford, I did 1 year, I was an RA. Ain't nobody was complaining about relationships back in freshman, sophomore, junior, senior years of college. All I'm saying is this, all the people that are complaining today, this is the bed they've laid for themselves. This is the bed they've decorated, put the pillows and the sheets on, so now they got to lay in it, to be honest. That's what it comes down to. So the advice I would have for people in their 20s right now, stop wasting time. It is serious. Date with the intention to marry. That's what I did. So Mira and I, we've been married since 2017. This is going on our what?
Going on our 8th year.
8 year. I knew it was 8 years. I knew that. This is going on our 8th year. We've met each other in the 6th grade. And even back then in the 6th grade, I was like, she the one. I told my mom, I remember so clearly, went home, told my mom, this was in the Bronx, by the way, like there's this girl in my class. I don't know what she is. She not black, she not white. In the Bronx, there's no Asians in the Bronx, right? I grew up in the Bronx, the east side of the Bronx. The only Asians I knew was from the Chinese store. So when I first saw my current wife, Mary, I had no idea what she was. So I told my mom, I'm going to marry this girl in the 6th grade. In their 20s, a lot of people, they think it's a game. I've known so many people in their 20s, and, they've just been, what's that called? No strings attached, friends with benefits.
No, but you know what I think is really unfair, though?
What?
I think it's unfair that this rule seems to apply to mainly women than it does for men, because dudes could be out there just, getting it in all throughout their 20s, getting that money too, and they could be like 45 years old.
Yeah.
Have a high body count and everything, and then like freaking they get like the most amazing woman ever. And then like if a woman were to do that, unfortunately, that's just what ends up happening. She has fun the same way that the dude does, and she gets a high body count the same amount, maybe even higher, than the dude, and then dudes don't even.
I feel like that's a different topic because I just looked up how many people in their 20s is single or is single. Did I say that right? Is that proper English? Is single or are single?
If it's plural, how many dudes are single?
No, I'm talking about everyone under 30. So I looked it up. It says approximately 47 adults under the age of 30 are single. And I really think it's because in their 20s, people are just dating just to date. They're dating to have a good time. They're stressed from school. So they're just hooking up like bunnies, procreating, no strings attached. And the advice that I would give them is date to marry, because when you date to marry, you're really setting the foundations like, all right, am I willing to have a baby with this girl or guy? And if we approach dating in our 20s like that, I feel like that there would be a lot more married people now because it's setting the foundations of good dating habits.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, like, I'll take me for example. I mean, like, I've been seriously dating since I was in high school. So I started way before the 20s. I had intention even when I was like 14 that I just wanted somebody to be with me forever. That's just how it always was. Maybe it's because I grew up on Disney and I just wanted that Disney forever, happily ever after love, and that stayed with me. But I know that always wanted a serious relationship since I was 14. And I was with some dude for like 6 years, and he just was not right for me. He was absolutely horrible. And when I got my associate's degree, I saw myself and my future with him, and I said, dude, that is not the life I want. I clearly saw it too. Like I would come home tired from work, the house is wrecked up, the kids are crying, dude's on the freaking couch with his hand in his freaking pants, not
Oh
even in his
man.
underwear, probably watching porn on his phone, saying,
Oh
"Hey, what
man.
up?" You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't the life for me. I said,
Wow.
"F this, bye." So I dropped that dude. I was like, what, 19? I was probably like
I mean,
19,
I've
20.
heard the story before, but honestly, it goes in one ear out the next. As far as I'm concerned, I'm the only one that matters.
But I'm just saying, like,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, I just knew that wasn't for me. So I'm like 20, drop that dude. I said, forget that. And then freaking my best friend, Chester, reveals to me that he really, really loved me. And it was like literally 3 days after I dropped that dude after 6 years. But he made the move. And I said to myself, you know what? We're best friends. I really love being around him. We have such a wonderful time together. And I took a chance with it. It was the best decision I ever made. It was. It honestly was the best decision I've ever made. And now I'm like the happiest I never thought I could ever be. Like, I never knew I could be this happy.
So, what advice would you have for the 20-year-olds?
I would say, like, if you're 20, just think about the life that you want to have, the future you want to have, not when you're 25, not when you're 29. Think about the life you want to have, like, even when you're like 50. Like, or even like when you're 40, you got kids and everything. How's your house gonna look like?
I mean, what do you tell them when they say, "Oh, I just want to have fun right now. I'm so stressed from school, work, school. I just want to feel good." What do you tell a 20-year-old like that? That comes back at you with, "You're telling me to take it seriously and think about when I'm 50. I can't even think about next week. I got an exam tomorrow."
Well, get with somebody who actually has fun. Get with somebody who you actually have fun with. Like someone that you got like you have
And
like
what
the
if
best
they
time.
and what if they're like, "That's my point. Have fun." Right? You just said get with somebody that they have fun with. So they'd be like, "Exactly, I'm having fun." What would you tell that person?
Well, I mean, hey man.
I would tell, "Hey, listen."
If you ain't ready for it, you ain't ready for it.
I tell them, "Hey, listen, you know, why are you in school right now? To put the work in now so you can graduate and reap the benefits later." Relationships is the same way. Mm-hmm. Right now, you're building your relationship history. You're laying the foundation. You're building good habits right now. So right now, build those good habits by working on being loyal, working on communication, learning what to look for in a partner. Do that now, so when you graduate from school, you'll have potential mates that will make an ideal partner. And so in your 30s, when it's time, to get married and to reap the benefits, you already got the good habits. Mm-hmm. I think the reason why all those apps like Instagram, TikTok, Tinder, Plenty of Fish, all those dating apps, the quick, that mirrors the relationships that people have in their 20s. Mm-hmm. That instant gratification. I just want to hook up in my 20s in college. It's like the Matrix. Just, you know what? Let's make an app that replicates the dating life of 20-year-olds. And I think that's what it is. And in your 20s, you should try to get away from the instant dates, mm-hmm. the instant gratification, the instant if something doesn't work out, bye, and just look at a person, date that person, thinking, okay, would I be able to marry this person? Let's say if I got pregnant. And if the answer is yes, then guess what? That's a candidate for you to be with. If it's no, don't risk it. It ain't worth the risk. Mm-hmm. So that's my advice for all those people in their 20s.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, what would I say? I mean, that's legit.
Yeah, just don't stop playing around. Take it seriously. I remember.
Well, I think my bad.
No.
I just think that like like when well I personally wouldn't know because I didn't really play the game like that. And I ain't judging. It's just that just was something I just wasn't into.
Wifed up early.
Um, but like I know of people that they go around and play that game around. They just have fun with people, whatever. Totally, that's all. That's I get it. Like like you're young, you're just having fun and whatnot. But then I noticed that even when they are in the process of having that fun, when it dies down because the person ghosted them or they were just treating them badly or whatnot, then I'm like, if you're getting hurt over it, wasn't it just having fun? Like,
Ooh.
if it does end ugly or whatever, if he does dead you, if he does ghost you, if he starts seeing some other chick and you guys were seeing each other regularly, but you didn't like label anything because you weren't even all that serious, but now you're feeling some type of way because he's messing with some other chick he didn't tell you about and you found out from your chick or you found out from your other dude, like you start feeling these bad feelings like, yo, like, like I know we were messing. I know that we weren't labeled like that, but you didn't have to do me like that. Well, at the same time, like it wasn't anything serious, but you still getting hurt. So it's like subliminally, or not subliminally, but subconsciously, you actually do want something serious, especially if the sex was good or whatever, and y'all got those vibes going that you guys actually want to have sex like on the regular because is beyond like the good feeling of the sex is actually the combo is actually like pretty chill and y'all really have a good time, so y'all like to mess around because everything's all mixing together real nice. But then when it starts falling apart where he starts messing with some other girl, you had to find out for some other person and he didn't even tell you about it, and then you start to feel a type of way. It's like at the end of the day you actually wanted to have something more serious with this dude. You just probably was like, okay, I just want to protect myself and not want to label this because then I'm going to get hurt even more. But you still get hurt in the process regardless, even when you're playing the game. So it's like, even though a lot of people are playing the game, at the same time, when the game plays them, then they start feeling some type of way. They start getting sad about it or they start getting upset about it when it wasn't even anything to begin with. And it's like, I feel like you don't want to do that to yourself at the end of the day. And when you get yourself into a serious relationship with somebody who could actually be forever, that person won't put you through that. You can have that great time with them the whole time and not have to worry about them playing you like that. So I think that everybody, even especially in their 20s or anywhere in their lifetime, really wants to make that first relationship their forever relationship. And I think it's worth actually putting the effort into doing that so that it saves you all the mess, all the drama,
First relationship, you're forever there. No, absolutely not. I disagree with that one. Oh no, we're running out of time. That's a different
but
topic for another conversation.
That's just
Oh man,
me.
any closing thoughts, Mary?
Um, yeah, I mean, if you're in your 20s, enjoy your 20s. However you decide to enjoy them. If you want to enjoy them playing the game, have fun. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I really do hope you have all the fun in the world. Stay safe. I hope you stay well all your life. Um, but if you're like somebody like me and you really want to have that person to just be with forever because that's just who you are naturally, um, all the best of luck to you. I think that you're going to find that person real soon. If there might be some people out there that you'll find aren't the right person for you, but I know for a fact you'll finally get that person. That person's going to find you.
So
Sure.
don't quote me on this, but on the interwebs it says 54 percentage ish of people get cheated on in their 20s, and a lot of people try to protect themselves. So my advice for you 20-year-olds: if you ain't think about the future, get ready to get burnt. That's it. That's it. So listen, if you like what we talk about, make sure you subscribe, like, leave us a comment. We'll be here on the regs to give you guys our talks, our takes,
On
our
the
insights.
Correct.
on what's going on. Subscribe if you want to rock with us. We ain't got no subscriptions or subscribers yet. So, make sure you're one of the OGs first ones to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more.
It would be greatly appreciated.
And if you don't, I guess I'll see you around.
Hope you found it entertaining.